Here tonight, as you know at these events, it's customary that we acknowledge to our local officials and party officials who are here. So first I want to start with our local officials. By my count, we only have one so far. Party officials. I'm not talking about local officials. Where's Jake? Jake Banter, Franklin County Jailer. Jake, thank you for being here tonight. There are a couple of party officials I want to recognize. One just walked into the room. Our esteemed executive director, Sebastian. Thank you for that party this evening. The other party official, who's certainly a favorite of mine, where's Karen? Karen, right? See, right in front of her. Karen Summers, thank you for that party chair. Karen, thank you for being here this evening. This other acknowledgement is not a party official, she's not a local official, but she's certainly official. That's Mayor Hayes, President of Murray, Kentucky. So very thankful for being here this evening. We all know that the importance of election, and we try to say numerous times that lately these elections are the most important in our lifetime. But I will tell you, and I mean this sincerely, there is no more important election in my lifetime than this one coming up. And I realized that since the beginning of this year, and I'm very proud that I went throughout the state, across the state, to get candidates to run for the state senate, who I thought, one, were electable, two, were the kind of people that I wanted to work for, and three, would represent Kentucky well and help move the state forward. And I feel proud to say, and people know that I'm not shy, that I think I am home run with all three of those areas. So I want to introduce to you all tonight our candidates for state senate, who are going to win their races and certainly add to our numbers. And I don't go alphabetical order. Let me go from west to east, and that way I know what this is. First, Bruce, will you come forward? Bruce Pritchett. This is our candidate from Henderson, from Union County, Hopkins County, and Western County. But again, Bruce is a farmer, highly thought of down in the district for a number of years. He's really working hard, and I feel good about the fourth city district as we are 1 month out. This is Bruce Pritchett. Teresa Barnes. Most of y'all from this area have heard from Teresa, but again, we have another outstanding candidate, Teresa Barton, from the 20th City District. That's Franklin, Owen, Gallatin, and Carroll. I got it. And Teresa's former Franklin County Judge. And again, just working very hard. I'm really proud of her effort. And again, she's going to bring home a prize for the way. Bill O'Brien. Where's Bill? Everybody knows how angry I am. How really angry I am that the way they call it the 12. Because Fayette County, by all rights, Karen, you know this, should have 2 senators. Yes. But they carved us out, they gerrymandered Fayette County to the worst way possible. So you know that. You're next. Seven districts. But we were able, and I want to thank the public for this, that we get a candidate in the 12th because our previous announced candidate did not live in the district. And we got a good one in Bill. Someone who has real experience, someone who's worked with the LRC, someone who's lived here in Lexington for a number of years, and someone who's going to win that district we're going to show those Republicans that they may try to outsmart us, but they're not going to outbeat us. That we're going to beat them. So Bill's going from the 12th, which is now Fayette, Woodford, Mercer, and Boyd. But Bill's going to win this. Susan Citron next. Susan running the 34th Senate District, which is Fayette and Madison County. And again, the way that district was redrawn, it benefits us. And Susan is taking advantage of the fact that the Republicans are trying to help us in that Senate. She's worked very hard on the task. She was out there every day, working, campaigning, walking, with fundraisers, calling. And she's just done a tremendous job. And again, that is a seat that I expect us to win next time. Where's my good friend Chuck Eddy? Chuck here. My good friend Chuck Eddy. Let me tell you a quick story about Chuck. Chuck and I actually ran against each other. You didn't know that, Susan, did you? We actually ran against each other 4 years ago when I wanted to run for Congress, and Chuck ran for Congress. And not only did we run against each other, we were on different parties. Now, you know, I've always been a lifelong Democrat. So you can only guess what Chuck was. But in the last 4 years, Chuck has seen the light, has not come over to us.
Praise God.
And we've got a great candidate running in the 22nd, I got that right? Yes, sir. 22nd Senate District. And let me play, I'm going to shut up and get to our main speaker, but I want to tell you something that Governor shared about you. You all well remember how back when Governor Bashir first became governor back in the post period, one evening, people are just callous and just mean effigies in his yard. Well, they also thought to intimidate the governor by when they come back. And Bruce, one night with 40 people, stayed in front of the governor's mansion. Chuck stayed in front of the governor's mansion for 7 hours, holding those people off in bag, not letting them come across the governor's property. That's courage and commitment. And Chuck, I'll never forget that story. And that shows what kind of man you are. So thank you. Chuck's going to bring us home across the finish line in the 22nd District. And where's Sid Allen? See it? Last but certainly not least is Sid Allen. Sid's running in the 32nd District, which includes Perry, Griffith, Leslie, we have several Eastern Kentucky counties. And we're glad to have Sid. They say that we cannot win Eastern Kentucky. But Sid's going to prove them wrong. And in another month, he'll show you that, yes, Democrats can carry Eastern Kentucky. And Sid, you're going to be our man. Thank you very much. I'm almost done. We are very fortunate tonight to have someone here who doesn't need any introduction. She's been a major player in Kentucky politics now for almost a decade. Just a short 3 years ago, Kentuckians saw fit to give her their support, their trust, and their confidence to make her the lieutenant governor. And our lieutenant governor has worked well with our governor, has done an incredible job. 4 brief things. Number 1, Kentucky led the South in 3 important categories 2 years ago. Fewest number of cases per capita, COVID cases. Fewest number of deaths per capita, COVID deaths. And highest rate of vaccination, COVID per capita. In the South, Kentucky's number 1. Number 2, in the last year, they have brought home over $18 billion in new investment. We never hit that mark. $18 billion in new investment. Over 11,000 new jobs. No state again in the South, and very few states in the country, can compete with those numbers. And then number 3, we've had 2 horrific events in Kentucky in the last year. First, devastating tornadoes that really wiped out a 200-mile swath here in Kentucky. And if that wasn't bad enough, which is enough for at least a decade, we just had a short time ago terrible, tragic floods, which really imperiled Eastern Kentucky. But our lieutenant governor was there from the moment those tornadoes and floods hit until people finally were able to get their legs together and just come out of their fog and work to put their lives together. And she's still helping those individuals try to recover from their losses and again move forward with their lives. I've been campaigning for her for, I said, a decade. And again, I'll just give you another small tidbit. Her father-in-law was my campaign treasurer when I ran for this. And so I
the point where he would want me to tell you he's retired from campaigning.
So I owe a huge debt of gratitude to her and her family. But it's my our lieutenant governor, my lieutenant governor, and a person that stands head and shoulders when we talk about that mountain of leadership.
Let's hear it for Reggie Thomas. So happy to see you all tonight. I'm so excited that the election is getting close, and I'm sure you are too, because I see all of you working every day on whether it's pictures on social media or stories from folks that I see and that I meet, and I know how hard that you're working because you know the kind of representation that Kentucky deserves. And it is such an honor to be with you tonight and to let you know that anything down this home stretch that you need, please reach out. Please ask. Because if we can be there, if I can be there, then we'll make it happen. I know everybody's schedules are crazy, but we're really excited for you all. And you're here, so you know how important this is. But just in case that it's not really like front of mind, I am your lieutenant governor because Governor Beshear and I won this state by 1.5 votes per precinct across the state of Kentucky. So every dollar, every doorknob, every conversation that you have matters. And it matters to a point where you couldn't imagine how important it is because we thought we knew what we were running against. And we were right about that. But what we didn't know was right around the corner. So imagine if 1.5 votes per precinct didn't show up in 2019, where would we be right now? Right? That's hard to think about. But that's how important every single election is because our locally elected officials, to our legislative candidates, to our statewide candidates, it's all part of the same circle of influence. And we need you. As Reggie mentioned, the governor has built an economy that we have never seen before. $20 billion in investments and over 33,000 new jobs in the state of Kentucky, and we're still going. Right? We're not even doing first term yet. And he can do a lot of that on his own. But it sure would be nice to have some friends in Frankfurt that could help us to put education first, right? Yeah. The governor's built this phenomenal economy, but what we all know to be true is that the future of Kentucky's economy is in our classrooms today. We've got to elect people who know to put that first and invest in our economy from the beginning, not as a method of triage at the end. We've got to have people who understand the importance of health care, who will fight for the average, everyday working Kentuckian that you and I know and love. That's what this is about, and that's what's at stake in this race. race. And I thank you so much for all of you who put your name on the ballot. I thank your families because it is a sacrifice for them too. And it's important because I'm going to quote Taylor's wife and say, because Kentucky is worth fighting for. So thank you all. Thank you for entertaining this tonight. I appreciate it. Right.